Savages, you know what time it is. Today we are covering HYLN stock again. We've seen a massive run up from the buy zone that we mentioned in the previous video. And let me tell you something, I'm feeling really good on the stock, but we also had some bullish news today. Now I don't really know if anyone really considered this, but we'll get right into it. My name is Tyler Wilson and I trade stocks every single day, and I also trade options on these shorter time frames. But typically my YouTube videos cover long-term stocks that I really am loving. I try to keep all my videos between 7 to 6 minutes, and we keep them right to the point. No nonsense, boys. In each video, I cover the fundamental analysis as well as the technical analysis on the chart side of things. The charting is my overall specialty, and that's really where I focus on my trading, but I do have to implement this as well with the fundamental analysis. But enough about me, boys. Let's get right to it. Run it. All right, so this is one of my favorite EVs that there is. Actually, it is my favorite. Overall, it's performing phenomenally. One Neo Day is tomorrow or Saturday. I can't remember the 8th or the 9th. But it's running up because EV overall is running up. Tesla's almost at $800, so EV as a whole sector is going up as well. So I'm not going to credit it just to this news. Two, the news that the Democrats are going to be running the Senate and the House. Most likely Joe Biden's plans about clean energy and stuff like that are going to be passed. And the value of energy is going to rise, which means crude oil and diesel are going to rise, most likely skyrocketing from their current prices. It was under $2.50 now. The price is going to keep rising, boys. So transportation, delivery, and trucking companies overall are going to be highly affected by this. So that's why I think HYLN is a huge player in this space. Now, if we look at the chart in here in a few minutes, you're going to see they are very beat up. You're almost getting it at June prices right now. This is still very, very cheap. $15.50 was a great buy-in, but if you missed it, it's okay. I still think there's opportunity right now. But if you're buying the stock, you have to be prepared to hold it long term. I think the stock has plenty of room to run looking at the chart. I love it. Overall, HYLN has growth potential. We're seeing EV dominating over in Asia, and we're seeing it being pushed over into the United States currently. Over the next 3 to 4 years, I see EV being huge in the United States and being a very major sector, as well as clean energy. And another important thing to notice, this is my third point, HYLN is kind of the only person in this space really focusing on this niche of electric trucks, specifically 18-wheelers and stuff like that. This is a huge, huge space, and their goal, which I think is extremely smart, is to focus directly on this need for EV trucks. This is going to be huge. They foresaw this coming. I don't mean they foresaw Joe Biden getting elected in the Senate running things, but they saw the price of energy rising. They saw the need and demand for EV to be coming into these cities and states. This is huge, guys. This is so big. My goal here is just to share my ideas and help my followers as much as possible, and I love this stock. My previous video on BNGO, it wasn't to hurt my followers or to piss anyone off or to troll anyone. It's to help my followers out. So if it dumps and you lose money, I'm not happy. That's not my goal being on this platform. My goal is to help you guys as much as possible, so you guys never think that I'm trying to hurt anyone. But enough talking, let's get right to the charts. I want to start very zoomed out. As you can see, we're at that $17 level, almost $18. But as you see, we're at $15.50, which is almost the same price as it opened at in June. This is huge, guys. It did open like at about $10, but it quickly ran up. And this $15.80 was the overall resistance and support. And we bottomed here. I knew this was an easy money buy, guys. We dipped below the initial support at 17, came below 16. 15 was the last line, and this was a gut feeling. I knew this was going to hold, and we're up 10% on the day from that last spot. Now let's zoom a little bit closer in. Okay, so looking at this chart, as you can see, we're double bottoming here and here, making a move up to the $18, $19 range. I think that the $18, $19 range will be their first major resistance. I suspect a pullback and then an initial push through. Now, I think EV is going to continue running through the inauguration of Joe Biden into maybe even the summer, maybe even past the summer when oil prices really start to skyrocket. Oil prices are going to start rising even more. Like we're already seeing, XLE is already reaching the $41, $42 level. XLE is an energy sector if you don't know. But this trend is going to keep on coming, especially under the Biden administration. In my opinion, what I'm looking for here, we already had buys at this level. If you are not, if you aren't in this trade, I think the 1745 up into 1715 will be a very key support and resistance. I don't see us breaking underneath this. We could trend in this zone for some time and before we move back up. But overall, I'm very bullish on this stock. I think a 1745, 1715 range is a very good entry level. If we break further below this, I would look for something around the 16.5 range. Now, I am saying this is a longer term hold in my opinion. If you didn't get call options at that $15 level, that was the safest overall position to enter. Lots of upside from that level, but I still think there's plenty of upside from here. I just wouldn't enter options. Going to enter options, I would wait for that 16.5 range. The 16.5 range is an even bigger support, so it definitely will hold in my opinion. But like I said, this isn't really an option trade in my opinion unless you got in at this level. And then as far as upside, I would aim for that $26 to $25 range to take profits on this stock. We could go potentially higher, but that $27, $26 range is a huge resistance. Overall, guys, I love this stock. Looking at it, we're not just getting a straight parabolic move on the upside. We're seeing a nice, slow, gradual trend to the upside. This is very, very strong, very, very good. And I think the news is going to keep piling on here. If HYLN can really make a breakout in their production and in their products, I definitely think that they can shoot up and be one of the leaders in EV, especially here in America. I think there definitely is demand for it. They're a huge company. I love what they're doing. Very bullish. Guys, as you know, there's very few companies in my long-term portfolio, BFT being the main big one. There's another SPAC I'm looking at currently. I will make a video on that most likely tomorrow or even today it might drop. But HYLN is definitely one of the long-term picks in my bag. I think the need for EV trucks is huge. I think it's overlooked. The price of oil is going to be gouging this industry, especially with 18-wheelers, delivery, stuff like that. This is a huge space, guys, a massive space. And HYLN is the company that is focusing specifically on it. And I don't really see any other people in this space. HYLN's kind of the main figurehead. I think they're going to be the first to market. I think they're going to be huge, guys. You heard it here first. And if they dump, come back, roast me, troll me, do what you have to do. That is going to wrap the video for today, guys. If you got something out of this, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Leave a thumbs up because you love your boy. We'll be back. More stock picks. I'm live every single day, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central, taking my live option trades every single morning. Have a good one, boys. Namaste.